for part 2 of our snowflake balloon wand. This is a 14-inch Mylar balloon, and it is only available by request and as long as we have them in our inventory. You're more than welcome to let us know. Okay, now we're going to take this 260 and leave a significant amount of air off on the end, as you can see here. We're going to burp it a little and let the air out. The children love it when I do that. We're going to tie it, and now we are ready to start twisting. And I am behind the scenes, as I do not need to be seen. I am only here for your inspiration and information, okay? So let's make a yellow polar bear. I'm sorry, just watch as I go along. I'm going to hold this under my hand and continue. Sometimes I forget the sequence of the bubbles, but that's why we practice. The 3 P's. We practice, we pray, and we must have patience. I practice, I will say that. I'm going to take this and stick it through. And that's how he looks in the front. Pinch and lift his ear. Oh! We ain't had to do that, Teddy. Why you had to do that? Well, that's okay. When you are a pro, honey, act like you know. Okay? Okay, and I'm a pro. So guess what? Honey, I'm going to act like I know. When you're doing balloons and you're serving the children and the balloons pop, you have to go into character, like really quick and say, oh, she did it, or he did it, or she did. You know, just blame it on somebody. The children get a kick out of that, and they laugh. You've got to understand that balloon twisting is very entertaining. It's very entertaining. Hold on, I forgot. Okay, 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Okay. Yeah, it's entertainment. We're not just standing up there making balloons for our health. We are there to entertain and make the children's day bright, or any of the participants that are involved as guests. We go to nursing homes, we go to children's hospitals, daycares, learning centers, schools, you name it. I'm going to give him a little bubble there. I'm going to squeeze a little air out just to make him a little more pliable. And I'm going to put my bear under the base of this balloon. And what I've done was made a loop, because he's what? He's holding on and he won't let go of his faith, honey. Look at him. To make his body, we're going to make it the length of about a 1-inch bubble. And I like to make his tail first. Well, let's make his body a little longer. Yeah. I'm going to make his tail in advance by putting a pinch twist right here, because it makes it easier to just wrap it around and then finish it off. As you see right here. And this, my friends, is a special greeter that just about any age group can certainly appreciate. Who wouldn't appreciate a cute little visitor like that? You can slide him up a little just to make it look more interesting. And like always, you can use whatever colors you wish to use based on the theme or the season. And there you have a cute little winter teddy bear coming out of hibernation to say Merry Christmas. And I want to thank you again, guys, for watching part 2. Here are suggestions of balloons for the season. A rocking horse. It can be used and worn as a hat or just as a wonderful gift to your guests. And again, this is a bracelet. This is unisex for both girls and or boys, and they can enjoy it very, very well. And this inspiration came from Dale Campbell, but I added my own twist by adding the bubble here on each side and then the base right here. Okay, guys, and then I added the bracelet just to make it my own special design. But we do want to give credit to where honor is due, and that's the Dale Campbell. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope your holiday season is blessed. You've got about 4 different balloons in one. You've got the hat. You have the wand, that's 2. You have a teddy bear, that's 3. And you have a bracelet, that is 4. And guys, we'll see you the next time. Be blessed. Happy holidays. And remember, John 3:16 and verse 17 says, "For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on him should not perish, but," there's a but, "have everlasting life." That's verse 16. Verse 17, listen to this, check it out. God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world. He didn't send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. And Jesus came to seek and to save those of us which were lost and afar off.